One day after holding its final meeting, the group tasked with helping decide how Orange County will spend tens of millions of dollars in tourist tax revenue is presenting its findings. Members recommended spending most of the money on large venues like the Convention Center and the Amway Center. News 6's Mark Lehman was there for the presentation and explains what's next.
With their meetings wrapped up, the Citizens Task Force is taking the next step in presenting their findings today. In doing so, the group is also getting feedback about their recommendations for spending tourism revenue.
So this was the first time we ever sent groups who were asking for money through a process, and we learned a lot.
In a presentation before the Tourism Development Council, the chairs of the Citizens Task Force laid out what the 32 members saw as priorities for spending the 6% hotel tax in Orange County. Projects at large venues like the Convention Center and Amway Center top the list. The group also saying a handful of granting organizations deserve more money.
They thought that the arts and theaters and the Sports Commission marketing basically need more money out of the tax.
State law limits how the tourist development tax can be spent. Some members of the task force said funds should be directed to issues like affordable housing and transportation. They're recommending Orange County push for a change to the law, something one commissioner spoke about today.
To me, as a leader who sees the need in taking care of our tourist workers as part of our obligation to the tourism industry, I think that we should be able to consider those uses.
With everything laid out, the council approved the task force's recommendations, but a lot of questions still remain about the next steps for the roughly $300 million in available funds this year.
So I'm optimistic, but it would be helpful to know what is available and how to be available.
With the council giving their stamp of approval, the Citizens Task Force has one final step of presenting before the Board of County Commissioners. That's set for next week, and at that point, we'll begin the process of funding allocation. In Orlando, Mark Lehman, Getting Results, News 6.